Now we're gonna talk about the dynamic part in the Blender, and the first that we have to understand it's a difference between, you know, when we have to um, keyframe something on a timeline in the Blender, we have a lot of options. So now location, rotation, scale, and a set of transforms, right? And what's interested is it's a visual location, rotation, scale. So what's the difference between the location rotation scale and a visual locations rotation scale? I'm gonna show you just a simple example of what is this. I'm gonna constrain this bone to this bone, so, and just create a simple animation, right? Oh, I'm sorry, this one. Location rotation scale, and let's just say that 20 frame, gonna move that way, right? So the bone moves. Now I want to keyframe the constraint bone at the same frames and 20. Now actually you could see the orange bar. That's mean nothing has changed. That's the same value at the 1 frame and a 20 frame. Now if we disable the constraint, we see that bone just still doesn't move. Right. Now what if we use the visual keyframe now and here? And now we'll disable the constraint and see. So when you have to keyframe the result of constraint, you have to use the visual keyframe. It's always. I think that's it. I'm gonna cut this. So now, on a real example on this guy, we're gonna space switch from his hat to hand, and we're gonna repair his glasses from hat to hand in action. We have to create two child of constraints first. The first one gonna be our head, and the second one is gonna be our hand. Alright, we're gonna disable this in a moment. Don't need now. So, pose. So we have an animation. He's talking here, and here it is. He's grabbing his glasses, and we have to find out the contact pose. It's a 220, and now after that the hand goes away. Alright, yeah. So you have to remember that 220, it's a contact pose. Now we have to define the range of influence for head. It's a 0 frame keyframe the weight of this constraint, and now go to contact pose. As we remember, that's a 220, and 100. It's 100% way to do this. It's a contact pose frame -1. It is key. And in a contact pose, we have to disable the first influence, that's head, right? And before that, we have to apply the result of constraint on a timeline. And as you remember from the previous video, we're using the visual keyframe for this. Just keyframe that on a contact pose and disable constraint here and keyframe that. Now enable the hand. Now enable the hand constraint and keyframe that. So, I'm sorry. we have to disable here the hand constraint. So that's it.